Oh, if no one wants to, I'll go ahead.
I mean, it's been a minute.
It has been 2 weeks yet. No, you're all good. That's not a problem.
I'm pulling up my notes that I don't take.
Oh, good. Don't worry, just rely on Color. There's like nothing but notes in her in chat.
My notes have not been great lately.
They are collected in a single place.
We've strayed from logic and are now going very much into how we feel about things at the moment.
Oh, very much so. That is the way of the situation. The question is, how much logic can you rely on to make those emotional decisions? So, last the party left off, they had entered into the base of Wuxian. After a brief dialogue and some matters concerning the party's interests, she permitted them entry, and they came into, well, this base of operations. Travelling down, party discussed plans and earned the trusts to some level of Wuxian and her attendant Peiyan, who Nvidia almost killed, but chose not to thanks to non-lethal damage.
On accident, I think it's key to remember.
Yeah. We learned of the party's out loud spoken goals at the very minimum. Whether or not those are entirely true is a separate matter. And the party decided to depart with a companion of Wuxian to be sent with them. Just to keep an eye on things and make sure no spontaneous reports to the mayor occur. Because, gotta be ready for your backstabs.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, it came to the decision of what to do now. You asked for some extra time to scout out things and figure out plans. But what will they be?
Well, we had a couple of options open to us. For one, there is the city in, I believe you said it was the southwest, that was being threatened by an ice giant, ice troll, something like that.
Yes. You did learn on our map of Taimen, which is a bit to the... It's northwest-west. Or west-northwest. Whatever it is. Which has been under attack by an ice troll as of late. It has the people concerned.
That's also Pike's hometown. And there's the option to where he wouldn't join us, but maybe he'd stand aside if we helped him out.
Perhaps.
And then I know a lot of us also wanted to visit the other city that Wuxian attempted to help, but failed in doing so.
Yes. Tangjiang is the one that you do remember the name of. And that one is off to the east. And we don't really need to be on that map at the moment, so unless anyone wants to talk to people there, we'll just go here for the time being, so you can help plan things out.
There's a difference of like 60 miles.
You guys on a trail will travel about 30 miles a day.
Alright, well, what's everybody's thoughts? Should we go to Taimen or to Tongjiang first?
think we were going to Timon first, weren't we? From what I remember from 2 weeks ago.
Well, decisions can change if you'd like.
I'm fine with whatever.
I'm also fine with whatever, so maybe Ice Giant first.
Yeah, going after ice trolls. No biggie. No problemo. Oh, well, here's an idea. You go to Timon, see how we feel, then go to Anatharius and maybe do like a fake report to the mayor, or we get him to go to a fake place, and then we can continue on to Tengjiang from there because we'll have a chance to restock and stuff.
Sounds good.
Okay.
You are echoing a decent bit, by the way.
Yes.
Copy.
You're louder than normal. I think that's it.
I'm louder than normal? Oh shit.
Oh, I mean, maybe a bit. But that I think we had you boosted from last time.
Should I lower myself? I don't know how to do that.
Oh no, don't worry. I just put you back down to the normal volume.
Okay.
How bad is the echoing? Still pretty bad? I can hear myself on somebody's computer.
It's not as bad now. Hard to tell.
You could just hunch over it, maybe. Does this better?
Now you're nice and deep. Hold on, we'll just turn it down real quick.
Welcome to NVIDIA's ASMR session.
Oh my god, no.
Decapitating heathens.
Beautiful.
Okay, so maybe to Timon we go.
Alrighty.
Along with Chewbacca, Jaywalk, something like that.
Jaywook. What you guys can recall from last time is that he is apparently from Yundao and left to go on a journey. When he eventually returned to the city, it had flourished almost after the disposal of the previous lord that decided to take over the land. And he joined Wuxian, grateful for what she had done for his fellow people. Alrighty. So, the trip out to Taiman. How are you planning to get there?
Do we have some sort of trail that we could walk on, or is it going to be pretty much over land?
It's going to be over rough land for the most part. The only trail requires you to go back north to Anafaris and go from there, then go down to Taiman.
That sounds like more trouble than it's worth.
Well, the roads are safer. You haven't had too many issues wandering through the wilderness here, but such a thing requires luck, which can only hold out for so long.
I think we did figure out that Jaywalk is under, like level 4, didn't we? Because he didn't have an aura.
He does not have enough hit dice to possess an aura. That is all that you know.
That's not great.
He could just have permanent non-detection.
Does he though?
Does he though? That's the question.
Does he?
I don't know, man. We're finding that requires a detect spell.
Like to cast Detect Magic on Jayuk.
Joke. Alright. Non-detection just also stops detect magic, so you don't detect any magic. Even if it was there, you wouldn't even know.
It's true.
Mm.
Good point. Better go. Just spell.
Just start the spelling and see if it works.
Alrighty. Well, J Yook, if you're, is it J Yook with a Y or with a W? I'm
W.
keep on saying it differently. W. So it is Jaywalk.
Yeah, we'll go with Jaywalk. That's his crime.
All right, Jaywalk. He's from Yuandao. I guess you traveled for a little bit. Have you ever traveled to Taimen before?
Personally, no. Though I do know several from the area. It's a Drakon town, primarily. So, I've met a few kin there, though none of my own family, per se.
Is there anything unique about the town, or is there anything you can tell us about it to prepare us for what we might expect, being that there's an ice troll there?
Good question. I mean, normally, folk know how to deal with this kind of thing. Alchemical products are somewhat popular, I suppose, throughout Anvasilia. Alchemist fire, most common among them, simply because so many monsters they fear the fire, because they are naturally inclined towards a more cold environment. But, well, I suppose normally that Drakons can deal with that on their own. So why it's strange would be such an issue. They have different colours there, so some should breathe fire or acid, which are, I believe, are normal vulnerabilities of trolls. So, I don't know really what I can tell you that'd be too stand out about the place. It's just a small village, all things considered. Less than 500, I'd say, in number.
Copy. Alright, well, we don't really need the cart anymore, but we definitely need the horses. We can leave the cart, but let's at least grab our horses and we could travel on horseback. Does that sound good for everybody?
Sure. Yep.
Just if it may help us travel a little bit faster.
Very well. I will defer to you for all of these matters.
Okay, but please speak your mind if there's anything you feel like you want us to know. I mean, you're part of the party at the moment, so.
Of course. Should it come up, I will gladly speak whatever I need to say. For the moment, I'll just be watching and the like, so do not worry about me. This should be a grand adventure, though.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, since we may be going into some violence areas, what sort of talents do you have?
Well, I carry this shield to keep myself safe from harm, and I do love to play the trumpet. It is something I picked up as from over Halveski way. It's a wonderful little instrument. I'm sure I can be plenty inspiring amid a fight.
Got it. Well, if we need a shield to protect us, I'll make sure to let you know as well.
Good. Best of luck in a fight.
Okay. Well, if we're all ready to go, let's go ahead and roll out.
Alrighty. The party begins to make their way off to Taimen. So, first up, who feels like rolling me a d8? Alrighty. So, it comes to the first evening. We haven't done this in a little while, partly because you guys have been traveling the trail for so long. But watchers, come along. How do we want to set things up now that Athos can basically stay up the entire night without too much of an issue? Just only sleep for 2 hours.
Flynn can take the other watch.
Well, you guys can stack watches together if you like. There isn't a problem with that.
It's true. I can stay up with Lynn.
But then who's Balder gonna stay up with?
True. Well, I figured, do we need a third watch?
Well, I mean,
Technically not.
the way you'd probably be doing it is like... you'd probably still do 2-hour shifts just so you can get the 4 sets out. Because that makes it convenient for, like, maths, basically.
Okay, yeah. Then, yeah, I can roll second with Baldur then.
That's all good. Don't have to do it like this, just general option.
No worries, just gotta make sure it's working.
Alrighty.
Also, just for our own reference, once we move, could we get a little X there for Wuxian?
Yes. There you go.
Thank you.
That was the GM layer stuff. That was actually on the GM layer this time. It was still in the same relative location, you know?
Yeah, you moved
Got it.
like 3 squares.
Yeah, exactly.
They won't expect me to put it right next to the old location.
Exactly. No one would ever suspect it'd be right next to it. I could have just not moved it, and E could have still thought it was gone somewhere else. Look everywhere but that spot. Mind games. Oh, goodness. Alrighty. So, our first night's watch. Can I get perception checks, please? Also, apparently, the bot didn't feel like playing. Let's try this again.
As we are going to sleep as Lynn's taking the first watch, I am going to tell her, it's probably nothing, but just in case, could you keep an eye on Jaywalk as well? Just until we're sure.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, Liv, with that information, are you going to try and do anything specific in the evening?
I'll probably just kind of vaguely keep an eye on the camp and focus a little extra on Jaywalk to make sure it doesn't cross any streets illegally.
There are no streets to cross. He must be crossing them all illegally. There is no way legally to cross, so... yes, you do not see anything involving jaywalking or monsters in the evening. And so all seems to be pleasant. Beyond the few bits of tracks around this area, you could never really tell that right nearby was a home to a rebel group. Anyway, our next watch.
That's me and Baldur.
Yep, you, Baldur, and Athos can begin making his next 3 perception checks. Alright, can Baldur carry?
Oof.
Did not.
Rough way to start.
Rough way. It's a good thing that your watch passes by uneventfully.
3, 4, and a 5.
Yeah.
So
It
far.
went up.
And then a 2 for Athos, so 1's next, or a 6.
Yeah, exactly. We're just trying to get all the numbers. You're just trying to line up that 20 to be at the exact right time.
Cronus will be sleeping the entire night, just in case I need to bring him out.
Fair enough.
Smart.
Alrighty. Then, continuing on. Athos, can I get your next check?
There it is.
Alrighty, see, there you go.
The caffeine hit.
Caffeine, yeah. You do have that coffee. So, you keep your eyes out listening to what's been going on in the evening. You think in the distance you do spot some people moving about, but they don't make any moves towards you or aggressive actions. You think you simply just hear people far in the distance. Likely other scouts keeping an eye out on the area around Wuxian's fort.
Time to poke Cronus.
Alrighty. You give him the boop.
Yep. I think I see a small group over there. Could you investigate?
Yes, master. Excuse me, I will get to that immediately. Cronus snaps to attention briefly after and begins to fly off. How would you like to give me a perception check for him? He flies up into the night sky and circles about. Eventually he returns. I did not see anyone from up high. Perhaps your mind is playing tricks on you, master. I do not believe there is anything to fear here.
I know when my mind's playing tricks on me. We've been over this.
Very
Well, if you didn't see anything, I would, of course.
Well, I shall return to sleep now, unless you wish me to scout further.
No, have some rest.
Appreciated. He then curls up into a ball and falls asleep. On top of Baldur's head, of course. Alrighty. And then the last watch. Alrighty. Well, there's the one. The caffeine's wearing off.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20.
Look, it's a worthy trade-off, I swear. Yes. As the sun begins to rise, you grow incredibly bored and your mind begins to wander. You don't really pay too much attention to what's going on around you, just keeping a passive eye and ear out. Kind of want to go back to sleep. But then the sun gets too bright in your eyes and it just becomes unpleasant. And the next day comes about with no issues. So, what is next? Continuing on?
Think so.
Alright. So we continue. Who feels like going for the next D8? Alrighty. And the one after that, please.
I guess I'll do another one. I'm just kidding.
Oh, there we go. Cool. Alrighty. Now, just to check, is anyone going to be hustling or attempting to move, or continue on further into the day?
I think we're trying to keep a steady pace. Wuxian let us know that we have a good amount of time.
You have, at the minimum, 1 week.
Okay.
And this will just be day 2 of travel.
Alright.
Because we expect
About how many days was it going to take us?
on horseback without the trail, it will take you about a solid week to get there.
Oh, geez.
Mm-hmm. Most of the time that you guys have spent in this campaign this far traveling has been down towards Jong.
Jekko.
Yeah, Jekko. Jekko surfing somewhere else. Then the mountains with Hudazidi, and then back up. That was like the majority of the travel in that section. Comparatively, getting to Yundao and around the trails to the bands has been much faster.
Athos, is there any way we could use Coronis as a bit of a messenger with Wuxian so we know if we're short on time or not?
That'll be up to him.
Coronis, would you mind having a key part to play over the, well, what we're doing right now?
The flattery will get you nowhere, my dear ma'am. But I will assist in any way the master desires.
Bit young to be called. Okay, anyway, if you don't mind, could you send a message to Wuxian and maybe act as a sort of between us so that we know whether or not we have enough time? She knew we were going to Taimen, so I assume we have enough time to at least go to Taimen. But if you could just double check with her how much time she's going to take so we know when and where we need to be ready.
Very well. If that is acceptable with you, master.
Of course.
Very well.
Don't stress yourself too much by flying too often.
It shall be fine. There is little issue flying over this terrain. I can move quicker by virtue of wings, but that is about it. Very well. I shall return. Alright. Coronis takes wing before you guys head on out that day. And he is temporarily gone. So, everybody else continues to move along. And who feels like doing watches? The same kind of thing as yesterday?
I think keeping the same trend is good.
Alrighty. So-
more.
Oh. You want more?
Oh, so I was asking Mike if you wanted more soup.
Oh, that's all good. Oh, don't worry. Cool. Yes. So, Lynn, perception. Keeping yourself blind. I like to see it. Good to hear.
Yeah.
All right. So the first watch goes by, and once again, very little occurs. This area seems nice and peaceful for the time being.
All right, do you want me and Balder to go?
Sorry, I didn't realize this was muted. Yes, please. Alright. Boulder and Nvidia, you keep your eyes out, but there seems to be little going on in this area. Boulder does seem to sniff something out, but it's just some dead game nearby. You could take it back and use it for rations if you like. Get a nice rabbit stew.
And as long as it's fresh and not like old roadkill.
You can look over it.
Sniff out some disgusting old food.
Danny,
Devastating.
give me. You can go over and give me a heal check.
How's it looking, boss?
You look over what Balder's found, and you notice something seems wrong with it. It's got like some kind of divot in its forehead. It looks just like a regular old rabbit, but something's kind of off about it.
It's got a divot in its forehead. This seems like a job for Athos. I'm going to not let Balder eat it until we know it's safe, and wait for Athos to wake up.
Alrighty. But for whatsoever, otherwise it looked pretty fresh. Boulder is definitely certain that it's safe to eat. Alright.
It's okay. Let's let the professional give us confirmation before we eat stuff.
Alright. Athos, you'll eventually wake up and you're welcome to come and have a look-see, whatever the hell this is.
Balder found food, but there's this weird dent in its head. It just doesn't really seem right. I was wondering if you could just give it once over and make sure it's safe for Balder to eat before, eats it.
Right. Let me get my investigating stick.
Athos pulls out a stick from nearby. Alright, you investigate the stick. Your investigating stick reveals this is definitely not a normal rabbit. And it definitely seems like it died from whatever happened to its forehead here. I'm not really sure exactly what that is, but it's strange. This rabbit seems a bit large as well. Good size for eating, at least.
If Athos is able to confirm it's not a normal rabbit, could I use a knowledge nature check with my +4 to monster lore?
You could. However, This doesn't seem natural entirely. You look over it, you're pretty sure it's some kind of magical creature.
Oh.
But
Would that be Knowledge Arcana then?
it would be, yes.
Since it's still a monster, can I still add my +4?
Yes. So long as you're trained, it's all good.
No. I mean, it's still a 12.
It's still a 12. Technically, that is enough to identify the Swordsworth.
Yay.
You look over it, and you recognize... Oh, that's what this is. Ooh, that's not a good thing. This is not a rabbit. This is an almirage. It is a popular familiar of witches. This creature is basically a rabbit with a unicorn horn. It is...
Oh, okay. Which is missing, I assume. That
Yes.
I didn't just miss the fact that there was a unicorn.
You're pretty sure its horn has been taken. You know that its horn is
thing?
magical by nature, and people like to use them as weapons.
Aww.
Also, this creature is a deadly predator.
I mean, if it's a witch's familiar.
It quite literally charges at people, impales them with its horn, and then they die.
Is it safe to eat?
Should be.
Alright.
It seems. It might be a bit gamey, but it should be fine to eat. Probably.
Balder,
Should
would
be
you...
fine.
Are you sure?
Its
I
autonomy is very similar to a rabbit.
Yeah, it is. But what if it's a witch's familiar and by eating it we somehow tie ourselves to this witch who wants revenge? Something like that?
We'll deal with it when it comes up.
Okay. Is that a problem for tomorrow, Wes? Do you think we should ask Lynn before we let Balder eat it, though?
Does Balder need to ask permission before eating meat to eat?
He'll probably go ahead and pick it up and dump it at her feet, but technically he doesn't need permission.
Yeah, but it's
Would
more of like...
trust Nvidia enough that if she gives him permission, he will.
Right, which now makes me responsible.
You're welcome.
And if he eats it and something happens to him, I am responsible.
I have some myself, if that makes you feel better.
A little bit.
Balder's getting a little impatient.
I don't doubt it. Well, let's, cook a bit of it up. At the very least, I'll start skinning it.
Alright.
Sure, I'll get a spit ready. Then we can split it with Balder.
Give me a survival check.
Yeah. There's my 2. 1 and a 2.
I'll assist what I can.
Please do.
Alright, there we go. That's 12.
Good. 12 total. Ah, there you go. 14 total. Balder wants this. He'll hold it down with his claws and just like pin the skin, so it's nice and easy to take the fur off. Alrighty. You skin the creature.
We're feeding it to Athos first.
Alright.
Balder huff loudly.
I understand. I want to make sure that you're okay. Athos can help himself, I think. Right? You can heal yourself if something happens.
Probably.
See, probably. That's better than having you be sick. It's just because we care about you, Balder.
There's always risk when you had something and eat it.
Kinda.
But that's part of life.
True.
And death.
That too.
Alrighty. Yes. You guys go ahead. You cook it up, and yeah, it seems like it's probably going to be safe to eat. You know, probably.
I'll take a nice big bite.
All right,
We
you
only,
take.
cooked, we only cooked the part that he was going to eat, by the way. The rest of it I'm leaving for Balder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Take a
I'm
nice.
assuming Balder prefers it raw.
Good question.
Raw food is best food.
Obviously. All right, Athos, you take a bite out of the almirage, and it's kind of tasty. It seems alright. Doesn't seem like anything bad's happening immediately, so you're probably all good.
Not bad. Tastes a bit like chicken. Want some?
No, I'm good. No, I'm good. I'll cast Detect Magic to make sure there's no, like, random spells, maybe, that all of a sudden were cast because we hate this rabbit. Almirage. I'm playing a real safe right now.
Doesn't seem to really do it. Nothing strange seems to be occurring.
Okay. Alright, Balder. You can eat the, what was it called? Almirage?
Almirage.
Almirage. Okay, you can eat it.
Just spelling for reference. And roll 20. There you go.
Okay. I'll give Balder the raw rest of the Almirage.
You will happily consume it.
Baldy eats the rabbit, and it's a rabbit, so nothing bad happens, I swear. Mm-hmm. No one turns to stone.
That's good.
That's generally a good thing, yes.
That shouldn't happen while eating.
I mean, typically, that's why it didn't happen.
I'll save a bit for when Cronus comes back.
Anyway. Moving on. The rest of the night, can I get Avos your 2 perception checks? Alrighty. With a full belly, you're able to keep a keen eye on the local area. Don't see anything that seems to stand out. No strange witches trying to approach you in the evening and figure out what happened to their dear familiar. The rest of your evening passes by uneventfully. Alrighty. And then, on to the next day. Avos, you have not yet rolled me a d8. Roll me a d8. Roll me a d8, please.
Two.
Okay, then. Everybody continues on. Oop. And he'll be there. Cool. So, passing through the day, is there anything in order to do as you're traveling through the countryside? It's quiet and peaceful out here. No monsters have interrupted your travels thus far.
I am going to let Lynn know that we did let Balder eat an Almirage last night.
Okay.
It's a magical rabbit that's usually a familiar to a witch, so, you know, we made sure that, well, Athos ate a bite first just to make sure he wouldn't get sick, but seems to be doing okay. Just wanted to let you know.
Okay, thanks for letting me know.
No worries, just, you know, I do not have trust in a lot of things out in the wild right now. Also, keep an eye out for witches.
Okay.
Alrighty. when you spot no witches, it's probably safe.
Is it though?
Probably. You know there is no formal arcane casters in Anvisalia. No formal institutions to train them, at least. So, probably unlikely there's witches.
Yeah, but I know that witches don't generally do formal training, right?
Oh, goodness, no. They are not formal trained at all. That's kind of the point.
Right, so, I mean... That doesn't mean nothing.
You can hope it means something. That's about it. Alrighty. You guys continue on. And nothing seems to happen during the day. Can I get our regular watch perception checks again? Alrighty, Lynn. Just give me all. What is it? 5
all
rolls
of them?
total? Yeah, just give them to me. Just speed up a little bit because we've got a few of these in the way. Alrighty. And the 2 from you as well, Athos, please. Athos, you there? Oh. Yep, the usual.
Hello?
Alright, we can hear you again, Nick.
Okay. Sorry, I missed what you said before you called.
Oh, I was just saying, can I get the regular perception checks? We just do them all at once because
Oh, yeah.
we got a lot of travel ahead of us. May as well speed up a bit. All right.
It's still a 14.
Yeah. Boulder and Nvidia can notice that Athos is like still half asleep in his first watch, just passing out in his chair.
Athos, I know that you got the ability to stay awake longer, but do you want some rest? I can wake up Cattell. I don't think she'd mind too much. I mean, she'd mind a little bit, but she'd be fine with it.
Yeah, no, I'm all right. Just feel a little sleepy after I find dinner.
Yeah, fine dinner. Okay, well, if you need more rest, just let us know.
Oh,
Need or want.
Yeah.
Do you want more rest? That's also acceptable.
Well, I would rather test the limits of this ring.
Okay, well,
My precious.
okay. Well, if that opinion changes any, please let us know.
Yep, I'll let you know.
Alrighty. But yes, the rest of your night passes by. After like a little bit of a half nap here, you're fine. And you probably just need to stop eating regular food because the ring of sustenance also, sustains you. Don't want to get fat. Maybe just setting yourself into a food coma. That might be it.
But now I can eat more.
Alrighty. Next day, back to NVIDIA. Can I get that D8?
Oh, I was like, what do you mean back to me?
Yes.
I got real scared there for a moment.
Don't worry about it. Nothing bad will happen. Don't worry, nothing bad will happen.
The amount of ones that we've rolled today is outrageous.
I clearly need to throw you guys
Getting
into
them out of
combat.
the way.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I just need to throw you into a combat so eventually you'll just get rid of them. Alrighty. So, continuing on once again, have a nice, peaceful day. It comes to the evening, and of course, you begin to take your regular rest. And something, as you've been wearing this ring, comes to your mind. You don't know why, but you feel like this ring is, well, you know it's very technically cursed, but the curse is, well, incredibly minor to say the least. But you're fairly certain as you look over this thing, if you were to ever go somewhere like a demi-plane, it would probably function there as well. It seems to respond to home more than anything else, so long as you define it as that. That's just something you come to become. That's something you become aware of as you sleep with the ring on for the second week of wearing it. Also, everyone knew that this was very technically cursed from the beginning.
Right.
Yes, just to make sure that wasn't like some kind of weird drop of information or anything. That's intentional. Don't worry.
Yeah, it was cursed, but like you had to be on the material plane, so it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you had to be. Ithos has to be on the material plane for it to function. Alright. And then can I get everyone's regular perception checks? Oh no. Some high rolls at the beginning. Oh no.
I mean, 10 is just a 10.
Yeah, 10's a 10, but that's breaking your average. That's like doubling the party average right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness. Yes, the night passes by without too much issue. Well, you don't seem to notice too much, but at one point you do see Jaywook working over some paper. Just kind of casually working on some kind of, well, probably not calligraphy, but fancy writing. You can move on, or you can talk to him about it. Doesn't matter either way.
I'm not currently going to do anything with this information.
That is all good. Alrighty. Moving on. Yes. Baldur and Vidya. Baldur still seems fine. There's to be no lingering effects of eating magical rabbits.
It's good.
Yeah, don't worry about it. And Athos, the night passes by uneventfully. It comes to the next day, and you continue your travels. At which point, about halfway through the day, Coronis will meet up. I have arrived. I hope you did not miss me too dearly.
Did you fly up Lance and I have arrived?
Yes. Yes.
It sounds like Coronis.
Good job, Kern.
Mm.
Here, I saved a little something for you. Some meat.
Ah, thank you, Master. I hope it is not rotted in the time that you have waited for me.
I know you sometimes enjoy the rot.
So long as it has not been undead first, it is quite fine. It's aged to perfection, one might say. Anyway, there has been no real news from Wuxian. The additional time to head out to Taimen will be taken into consideration. She doesn't seem to wish to move if there will be beneficial arrangements made because of it.
Maybe we won't be able to get to the Tangjiang, but at the very least we'll be able to take care of this.
I can report again in the future. Just something I have been made aware of. It may not be the wisest to fly should we head further to the south.
What's going on in the south?
Oh, the far south, I have been told there is a plague of white dragons, but that's been a matter that has continued for the last millennium or so.
Plague of white dragons?
There is supposedly a white dragon far to the south, and occasionally its children will come up and hunt. It should not be something to be concerned of so far to the north, but it is something worth considering should we ever travel to the Spire. I know some of you desire to do such a thing.
Yeah. Okay, just keeping that in mind.
Anyone who wants to can give me knowledge geography or knowledge arcana.
Okay.
Monster law will not apply to this for reference.
You said the monster roll will not apply for this.
It will not.
Not bad. Nice going.
We'll take the arcana. You only get to take one of the two. Cattell, would you like to add in inspiration?
Yes. Woo.
Alrighty. So, Cattell, something you remember hearing about in your studies in Helveski. Dragons are a creature which they're the most powerful of mortal kind. They're technically mortal because they have very long lives. They are not eternal creatures like outsiders. There is one well-known dragon in this region, as it is. Far in the south of Anviselia is an ancient white worm, one of the few creatures that was alive during the time of the Gods' War, 1500 years ago. It is a very old dragon, and by Kronos' knowledge, very powerful, as it is a common fact that dragons grow more powerful with age. It has certainly been a menace on Pond Land, but it is several hundred miles away from anything involving another city, so it causes fewer issues than one may anticipate.
Gotcha.
And yes, Coronis knows a great deal about dragons, apparently. White dragons hunt in the coldest of regions, as they are effectively immune to the negative effects of blizzards and cold weather. They suffer the same weaknesses as most creatures here, though, as fire tends to drive them off. White dragons are, typically a bit more feral and ruthless than others. They are supposedly the weakest of dragon kind, but even the weakest of dragon kind is something to be feared. After only a few years, they will easily be able to destroy a town with little issue. Hopefully they wouldn't hunt anything as small as Coronis, but maybe if they want a tiny snack mid-flight, they'll go for him. Yes, and there we go. You got high enough for the knowledge geography, so that did not copy what I was copying. Alright, cool. you're pretty sure that's what the name of the creature is in that region, Cattell. I'm not saying it so you can have it, so you're forced to.
Oh god. I believe it's called Beormaiasiath. Oh god, that was bad.
Could you spell that for me?
Beor Samioth? That's what I heard.
Beormai.
Beor Masioth.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Actually, AE makes more of an A sound, so it's Beor Macieth. Beor Macieth. Or it could be just Bor Macieth. Is it Eor? Beor Macieth? Like that?
That's a good question. You'll have to ask the dragon when you meet them.
Okay, dragon.
Alrighty. Yes. Cattell, that creature was of some interest to you, only because it's one of the oldest creatures that you really know about, and theoretically could have information upon the time of the God's War. But, getting there and talking to it would be, a little bit dangerous, just a general concept.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Mm. Anyway. Cronus meets up, and then it comes to the evening of the next day. You know the town isn't too far from here. You should be able to get there in 2 days, one if you push yourselves a fair bit.
Well, we don't know what's going on in the town or how close this ice troll.
It'd be
Not
terrible
troll.
It'd be terrible to go in there fatigued.
Yeah.
And as someone who continually has been having their butt handed to them over the last couple of times, including the last time we fought against a larger-than-life ice person, I say going in at full strength is a better idea.
Yep, I'm fine with taking our time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Cool. So, we continue on. And we'll go for watches tonight as usual. Very nice.
Sorry, I hit it twice.
No, you're all good.
Like I got 2 nat 20s on the second watch.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
That Baldur and Nvidia had that hour that we were up like 100%.
Completely vigilant. Baldur licked you at one point when you were like getting close to tired. You just stay completely awake from then onwards. Alrighty. So, you guys head as continue your watches through the night. Baldur can see that there has been a lot of, waste of animals around. Not as in fecal matter, but instead bones of dead animals and other creatures simply perished in the wake of some kind of terrible attack. And video.
Well, that's
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just was gonna respond to Balder and say that's unsettling.
Looking around, you're fairly certain that this is probably the work of a hungry ice troll. You know that one of the biggest problems of them is that their hunger is great. You know them to have some kind of regenerative ability, and the feasting they do is what sustains that.
So if we're able to cut it off from food, it won't be able to regenerate, potentially.
In theory, yes.
Okay. Alright. I'll pass, as we pass off, if nothing else happens, I'm going to let Athos know to keep an eye out that we're probably within troll range at the moment.
Alrighty. Athos, you keep an eye out throughout the evening, but you see no signs of trolls around here, which is, you know, a good thing in general. Oh. Welcome back.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, we can hear you now.
There we are. Well, hopefully they're large and easy to see.
Sorry, what was that?
Hopefully trolls are large and fairly easy to see.
You'd be surprised.
Hopefully.
Right.
I mean, ogres are surprisingly stealthy when they want to be. So trolls could be similar. Alrighty. So, the next day comes about. You guys know roughly where you are on the map. Because people have a good survival bonus. Good enough that I don't actively need to roll to see if you guys get lost. Don't worry about it. So, how would you like to approach Thai men from where you are? You will still have you're still over a day out, but which direction would you like to come in from?
Jaywalk, since you've had some, maybe not friends or companions or acquaintances that have been in town before, what does the layout of Thai Men look like? Should we be aware of any choke points or things like that?
Well, I would say that the most important factor is simply the river. If one were to control the river, then they would control livelihood to the entire place. Fishing is very common here. So, other than that, I would say not. Dracons like to build walls around their little towns. They're fortification kind of people. But simply entrances would be suitable. I can't say much else. I have never actually been here. I just remember some things that have been talked about in the past.
Okay. What are the chances that the troll's at the river? Do you think, team?
No answers?
Can I roll to see what I would think?
I mean, you could. What do you want to roll for that?
Based on my knowledge of things?
Would it be knowledge of nature, maybe?
I guess, like, knowledge local is the most applicable for humanoids if you're trying to figure out stuff about dracons or trolls, for that matter.
Got it.
Alright. So you're thinking about it's like, maybe? Like...
I'm literally spitballing. You don't have to have an answer. Do we maybe just want to approach the city as normal and try to maybe reach Pike and see if he's worked out anything and try to work with him?
I mean, I can't think of an alternative.
Yeah, it's hard to predict what we're going into when we don't really know what we're going.
Yeah. Okay, maybe we'll just try to just go through the front gates and ask for Pike.
Alrighty. Well, you're going to take evening to plan
envy,
it
so
out.
that's just...
Alright. So, what is the plan then?
If it's going to take us more than a day, just go as far as we can, maybe camp within sight of the city, and then go through the front gates. And just, normal people traveling.
Alrighty.
Although, I will disguise myself as Envy. Because I think that's the only... Pike knows me as Envy. 'Cause he's with the mayor.
Good question.
I think your face is your face, though. Because he was one of the first people that we met.
Right. But then when we met with the mayor, wasn't I using false face?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Okay.
How do you
Good.
How do you feel about taking the too many secrets drawback?
That could be some fun, actually. I do have a little pamphlet I need to write for myself.
Who I am before each individual person. Too many identities, all of them tiefling. Oh, goodness. Alrighty. So, you guys head off towards the town. You can see distant flames and lights very far away now. But it is about time for you to set up camp, unless you wish to push yourselves.
Are they normal flames, or are they like towns on fire flames?
You can give me a perception check if you'd like. They're probably normal flames. It doesn't look like they're everywhere. Just probably fine. Probably fine.
Okay. Well.
Alrighty. So, everyone sets up camp. Can I get the usual perception checks, please? Alrighty. So, everyone keeps their eye out through the evening. But thankfully, it doesn't seem like there's anything too important happening nearby. Of course, you think you can see some things in the distance. Figures making their way outside the small town, carrying something large behind them. But from this distance, it's impossible to see. Beyond that, the night passes by without great issue. Alrighty. The next day, entrance through the main gate, I believe.
That is correct.
Alrighty. Everybody moves on up. So, before you enter the town and you see its walls, you can see maybe half a mile out, quite the distance from Taimen, is a cart. Just seems to be sitting unattended.
I mean, that's not a trap at all, right?
Who knows?
This cart that's unattended, is it upturned? Is it look like it's something happened? Or is it just sitting there in the middle of the road?
It's
Or
not in the middle of the
field?
road. It's just sitting out there in the middle of nowhere. Just there. You don't know why or what's going on, but strange.
And it's a half mile out from the city?
Seems to be. You guys could walk towards it if you'd like. It's easy to spot from this distance, but you can't tell what's inside or if it's anything specific about it.
I'm not going to walk towards it. If anybody wants to join me, I'm going to try to flank it. Are there any hills or any like good ambush spots in the area?
You look around and there's some trees a bit away, but that would be quite a distance for someone to take a shot with. Nothing stands out. It really does seem like it's sitting in the middle of an open field for no reason at all.
Is there anything in the cart?
You will find that if you would like to approach it.
That sounds dangerous.
It is. Who knows what could happen? It's just a car sitting there. It's scary.
I'm just gonna kind of look at everybody and then just shrug and start walking towards the cart.
Oh no. If she does, NVIDIA will go with her and just be on high alert the entire time.
You can stay back. It's okay. I know you don't want to. That's why I'm going by
I
myself.
just don't want you to hurt yourself is all.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, it
Super
says
stuff
everybody
fine.
until we find out the cart's laden with explosives because it was put out for the troll and they're trying to blow it up.
Yeah, and then neither of us will be fine.
Oh, wonderful. Alrighty. Lynn. Who is approaching the cart with Lynn?
I will.
I thought, no.
Lynn. You begin.
Best I can do is move you forcibly like 10 feet with a spell.
Lynn, you begin to walk forward. Just moving closer to this strange cart. Sitting in the middle of nowhere. And as you approach, you see it's definitely filled with something. Closer and closer, you step forward, and your eyes go wide. You see it's filled with coin and food. sitting here undefended. What do you do?
Lynn is gonna just kind of look back and forth between the rest of the party and the cart and just debate for a minute and then slowly back towards the party but keep her eyes on the cart and let them know what's in it and that it is definitely a trap.
There's no way that thing is safe.
It could be.
So how far are we away from it?
You guys, that's up to you. How far do you want to be away from it? How far did you want to leave Lynn about this all on her own?
Lynn, how close would you have gotten? Well, how close would have Lynn needed to be in order to see what was in there?
Oh, only about 30 feet.
So she had to be within 30 feet?
Yeah.
That thing would be like 60 to 70 feet away, yeah?
I mean, if you want to be that close, that's up to you.
Can I throw a rock at the cart?
If you would like to get closer, you need to be at least 50 feet away to throw a rock at it.
We have ranged weapons. We could just shoot at it.
You could. That's a lot more efficient.
But that seems like a waste of ammunition.
Yeah.
Do you want to shoot? Because I can throw a rock.
I can shoot it from pretty far away, so.
Alright. Well, I mean, we might as well shoot it and see if something happens.
You want me to roll for that?
Oh yeah, if you want to shoot at the cart, please roll for an attack roll. Alright. Lane, you line up the shot. You're staring at the cart. You aim up, and you fire. An arrow sinks into the side of the cart, and nothing happens. The cart now has an arrow in it.
Did it sound like wood when it hit?
Make me a perception check!
What? It sounded like something weird. I don't know. It's made of wood, right? Like,
It looks to be. You did not hear any screams of pain from the wood, so it's just probably just wood.
right. I am going to circle around it, though.
Well, at least we've confirmed it's not some sort of illusion.
That's true.
Make me a will save to determine if it's an illusion.
A will?
A will saving throw. You can tell, you stare at it deeply, and you're very certain this is not an illusionary card. It is in fact a real card.
Okay.
Lynn is going to approach it again.
As
slowly
you're,
get closer.
if you're approaching it, Nvidia's going to circle around. You said that this is like a flat plain with like some trees in the distance, right?
Yeah, it's just a nice open area. There's not fields in this particular section, but it looks like it has been farmed in the past.
I'm going to circle around and just looking for anything in that copse of trees or whatever it is, and along with anywhere else too.
Alright. Give me that perception check then.
Oh, better.
Alright. You look out into the trees. There's no bandits waiting to ambush you. Nobody there. Just a cart. Waiting for you. Waiting for you to appraise it and see what happens.
Like, actually appraise it? Is that a hint to appraise it?
Oh, you could appraise the contents if you want.
Well, plus 0, but it's not trained, so I can do it. 9! Fantastic.
You look through the cart. This must be worth hundreds of gold. The food looks tasty, though.
I will reach into the cart and grab a single coin and see what happens.
You grab a coin. You've obtained 1 silver piece.
I'm gonna grab a handful of coins and toss them on the ground behind me.
You throw coins behind you as if it was killing the snails of salt. But unfortunately, there is no snails that died because of coin throwing. And you are fine.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Like, from a distance, like, from wherever the fuck Nvidia is, she's gonna yell out, like, maybe it's a gift to the ice troll! Like, maybe they're bribing it to stay away.
Okay, well, after I see that she has touched it and nothing immediately bad happens, can I attempt to go over and touch one of the coins and use my little newly acquired psychic ability and see if I can pick
Yeah.
up anything?
You can. Alright, if you'd like to do so, then give me... I believe it's a praise for that one?
Okay. And then can I do inspiration on that to get a little more?
I'd have to check. I think you can. The game isn't built for you to be doing weird things with like skills, let's be honest.
I think she can, but maybe that will actually be one of the few things that cost her an inspiration point.
I
Yeah,
think it might, yeah.
wouldn't
Not
be
like that
free.
matters, yeah.
It just says I have to spend a point to add to any skill or ability check, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Just double checking. That's palm reading. Read aura. Oh no, it's perception based.
Ah.
Wait, is it? No, it is psychometry. That's right. It's praise. Yeah, it's praise. All right, that's fine. All right, 23. Yes. You can tell you touch one of these coins and you start thinking about the significance within them. And while there isn't anything truly psychically significant that you can call upon memory-wise, there is some kind of fear associated with this coin. You feel some kind of sense of foreboding as you touch it and start to think about the emotions of its last holder. A tinge of regret as they cast it away, overwhelmed by fear of what might happen if they do not.
Okay. So, I'm getting the feeling we should probably leave this here, you guys. Seems like somebody left this here and was afraid to do so. Or something. Just getting bad vibes.
Do you think it could be like a ransom to the troll?
Do they care about these kind of things?
You can give me a knowledge local check if you like.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, you don't know
The
if like
lowest I think I've ever seen you roll.
if I on an int-based check, yeah. Maybe like trolls are like really stupid, so they probably don't care much about currency or that kind of thing.
I mean, my vote is to leave it and then go find somebody to maybe discuss it with.
That seems like the smartest idea.
I'm just gonna look in the cart and see if she can see any items that might be potentially perceived as sentimental or important to the person who left it behind.
Alright, roll me detect sentimentality. Alright, cool. You look over the cart to try and determine what's sentimental here. And what you do notice, actually, that stands out to you, is this little wooden doll. Looks to just be made of sticks and stuck together. Well, it's a bit wet overall, but looks like it's been stuck together with ice at some point. Frosted together. It looks to just be a very crude image of a Drekon.
I'll quietly stuff that in my pockets.
So there's like a bunch of gold and silver coins on the ground, right?
Yeah, gold. There's not too much gold. There's a lot of silver, copper, and food of various kinds in here. Most of it seemingly meat.
Oh, okay. But there is like at least one gold coin?
Yeah, there's at least one gold coin in there, certainly.
Alright, well, as Cattell is scraping them up off the ground and putting them back on the cart, she's going to pocket one of the gold pieces.
Y'all gonna get us killed. I probably don't see it, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Does Lynn see that happen?
Make a perception check. Cattell, make a sleight of hand.
Oh no.
Yeah, Elaine, you see Cattell taking one of those coins as she puts most of them back in.
Oh no.
Grab some for me as well.
Athos, would you like to sneak in and start stealing some of the gold? That is an option.
I'm a man of the cloth, of course not.
Nvidia's just looking the other way like, yeah, it's probably a good idea for us not to take anything. Smart thinking, Cattell.
Hey man, if you didn't roll that perception check, you don't know what's happening.
I don't think she'd even be like looking to like check the cart at the moment. She's looking for like other people.
Yeah, no one seems to be coming anywhere near this cart.
Okay, yeah, I think that we should probably just leave it alone.
Alrighty. Everybody abandons the cart. Cattell leaves one coin richer, and Lynn leaves one doll richer. Who is the real winner here? Alrighty. You continue on into the town, and we'll just. We do have a map for this if you want. It's kind of bare, but it's there if you'd like it.
Sure.
Alright.
Is there a wall around this town?
There is. It is just the outer layer.
Copy.
The only walls that I have access to are castle walls or palisade walls that just look like they're kind of wrong for this style of map. Yeah. But yes, there is a wooden wall that... wooden palisades that seem to protect it. But anyone who wants to, you can give me knowledge, engineering, or perception as they look around the place. Alrighty. Cronus, with his bird's eye view, is able to spot as he flies about that a lot of these buildings have been rebuilt recently. It looks like there's a lot of patchwork that's been going on here to try and preserve the buildings as is. And everyone with their perception checks can see similar things. The walls have suffered damage recently, though it's been repaired for the time being. it's certainly noticeable. The farms look relatively unharmed, but the buildings seem to have suffered in the wake of attacks. Throughout the town, there doesn't seem to be many people out in the streets. It seems unnaturally quiet here. But as you begin to walk through the town, you can see a few folk fearfully peering through windows. They look onward at you, but children and adults alike hide.
Is there any sort of like communal house or anything like that?
You do know there looks to be some kind of larger building up to the north there, but most of them just seem like regular old houses. Not much to go on there.
If we're close enough, what is this building right here?
That's a windmill.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I see the little window.
Yes. If the grid was gone, it'd be a lot easier to see that.
No, that's fine. Well, do we want to go to whatever this building is? Looks important.
Just because it's the biggest building?
I mean, yeah, a little bit.
If nothing else, there might be more people there that we can talk to.
Mm-hmm.
I will be right back.
Alrighty. Oh, good. Actually, on that note, we will go ahead and just take 5. I'm going to run off the toilet, get a drink and whatnot. It's just people do the same.
Sounds good. I need to feed this poor kitty cat anyway.
Color's back.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Alrighty, I'm back. What I miss? Not much, I hope.
We're all back, right?
Yep.
I believe so. Cool. I also had to make sure I gave cat pets along the way.
And it's perfectly acceptable.
Thankfully, he is not my cat, so therefore he will never jump up on top of my keyboard. He does it to his owner all the time, but never to me.
I just say my cat's name on the way back to my chair, and then he joins me in the office, and now he's sitting on my lap, and I didn't get held up at all.
It's very cute.
He also tries to, well, right now he's trying to tear off my glasses.
Yeah, that sounds
He
about
tries to
right.
eat my microphone.
We understand if there are any cat-based interruptions, worry not.
And most of the time I keep myself muted so that you don't have to hear me talk to him all day.
It's fine. I'm sure people will appreciate the cute kitty talk.
We do it all the time.
I just wish his purr would pick up music. Because it's very loud to me, but it's very quiet otherwise.
Alrighty. So, you've entered into Tai Men and seen the empty streets more than anything else. What is there to do?
I think we said that if everybody's okay with it, going to this important-looking large building. We just want to get some information. Maybe find Pike, see what he knows is going on.
Alrighty. You guys head on up. What you can tell about this place, it does seem to be, well, the biggest building in town for certain, but something along the mix of that and a town hall. It's clearly a home, but how to make sense of that. There are no guards or the like outside. It's simply an open door into the building.
I mean, even if the door's open, we should knock first, right?
I mean, if that's what you want to do.
I think it's respectful. Gee, I just think it's respectful, even even if they have the door open for a reason.
Okay.
I'm gonna knock very loudly on the open door.
Alrighty. You hear something grumbling in the distance before an elderly-looking Drekon man comes down the stairs. Yes, what is the matter?
Oh, hello. Me and my compatriots had heard there were some problems in the area, and we came to sort of investigate and see what we can do to help resolve the matter.
We saw that there was a cart outside. We weren't sure if that was a sort of ransom or something along those lines, but we're looking for information. We also know that another compatriot of the mayor, Pike, may be here as well, and we were hoping to connect with him in some way, shape, or form.
I'm afraid you've been mistaken. There's no troubles in this town for the time being. And Pike, good lad, hasn't been around here for many years. The cart, I believe, is just some foolish merchant leaving their stock unattended while they go off and drink with former comrades.
Oh, is there a tavern here?
No, we keep such matters to homely states.
Can I assist in Lynn's sense motive?
Which part are you sense motivating? That is the question I must ask.
They're really not an inn here. Just, the fact that nothing
That's what we
is
need to focus
wrong.
on.
Yeah, nothing is wrong. Yet, judging by the town, even if he seems stoic about this opinion, that's definitely not true.
I'm trying to figure out if he legitimately does not know that Pike is here.
He seems to be telling the truth about Payek not being here. And you recall that Payek wasn't specifically going to be here, but he was going to deal with this matter personally if it wasn't resolved. It was the opinion of Wuxian based upon what she heard from someone else that knows him.
Got it. So he may, in fact, not be here.
He might not be here, or he could be here, and this guy's just lying.
Well, you said that he wasn't lying about that.
To the best of his knowledge.
Yeah, so that's just him not knowing. Which is fine. The other part's not fine, but that part's fine.
Yeah. Athos, I assume you were sense motivating the same thing as Lynn was?
Yes.
Yes. Cool, just checking. This is not fine.
Could I also do a vibe check?
You can vibe check.
Okay.
He radiates lawful. A faint aura of it, and nothing else.
So this is like an old Drekken, right?
It is indeed. He looks to be white-scaled, though it seems to have become closer to grey over the years. You know, Drekon are the longest-living species of those in Anviselia, but still they live no longer than a half-elf's lifespan. This man is likely the elder of the town.
That lawful aura is relatively faint. Could I sort of roll to see how strong he looks in comparison to us?
Yeah, sure. That one is based off of your BAB and wisdom.
Sorry, BAB plus wisdom?
BAB plus wisdom.
Okay, so...
The only
You
skill
mind if I
fighters
just-
are really good at. But, sorry, what were you asking?
I just was gonna roll and... Yeah, okay, so...
Alright. You look over him. You aren't too sure if he's a skilled fighter. He may just be an influential figure because of his age, as is common in many, not primitive societies, but ones that do not require higher education to function.
Got it. I don't know if we want to go to plan B yet, but, Oh, so were we mistaken? There's, no ice troll at all, or was that just taken care of?
His eyes open a bit wide for a second, but he composes himself rather quickly. There's no problem of trolls around these parts. If you wish to go hunting for such creatures, they're off in the south of this place. They make their homes around the borders of here and Haftingia and further beyond. But this town is defended. And thanks to our, ancestry, we Dracons need no assistance from outsiders in dealing with such personal matters.
Maybe I didn't hear you correctly. You said this town was defended?
Yes. We have...
By whom? If you don't mind me asking, I'm just, always interested in learning about new cultures, and based on what you've told me, the Drakon must be strong indeed.
That is correct. We are capable of protecting ourselves. Between the fire in our hearts, we can protect anything within these walls. And you would be wise not to question such a thing. Now, you're welcome to stay in the town, but we have little to trade. So I would suggest you move along and be on your way.
It's been such a long journey for us. You said that there was no tavern. Is there some place that we could stay to at least rest for the night?
We allow others to rest in the town hall here. You will be watched, of course, but you are
very
welcome
fair.
to stay.
Is there others in here at the town hall right now?
No.
So it's just you here.
For the time being, others are off attending to their duties, farming, hunting, and the like. Woof.
Yeah, I probably just assume that they're actually off.
Yeah, that seems like a normal
It's
thing
a
to do.
fair thing. I do want to roll sense motive to see if he's legitimately here by himself right now, though.
Go ahead. You're pretty sure he's here by himself.
Oh man. I don't want to start a thing, but I kind of want to start a thing.
Do the thing. What's the worst that could possibly happen, man? Who knows?
Everyone dies. I mean,
Everyone.
obviously.
Oh, I mean,
as
well,
usual.
yeah. That's the normal one, though.
Glenn is going to look at him and say, you are part of the mayor's province, and we've been helping him out with a lot of things. I don't think that it's so bad to accept assistance from others when I think that you might benefit from it based on the things that we've seen around town and the damages, and you can deny it all you want, but if one of the mayor's towns is in danger, we need to help save it. That's our responsibility. That's what we promised him we would do, is protect his land.
Oh, goodness me. Well, that's a spirited response, at the very least. The mayor would not send you. I know that. He's too concerned about his own hide. He always has been. I've known him for years before he became the mayor of this place. We will defend our own town. That I can assure you. However, that merchant... he...
Out of curiosity, is this him coughing?
This
or
is
he
him coughing, yes, not me.
It
you're
just
good.
helps me. I just want to make sure. I don't. I,
I understand.
About the merchant.
He, I believe I heard that he was getting quite inebriated with some of the Drakon that he was taking refuge with. His cart might be left undefended for a time. It would be a shame if someone were to attack such an open vehicle.
that sounded vaguely threatening.
Well, I can assure you, I offer no threat. Nor will my people here, should you do right by them. But if you wish to stay, please do come knocking. For the time being, I have a book to read.
Why won't your people leave their houses?
Who can say?
You
But,
can say.
well,
Athos, close the door.
Okay.
Oh boy.
you know, for one, like yourself, I would hope you would like to be able to pick up upon the intricacies of conversation. But I suppose I'm not all too well versed in demonkind.
I don't even know if you're well versed in leading your people if you're going to assume A, that everything's fine, and then B, rebuff any help that is offered to you and do absolutely nothing about it.
He looks at you and shakes his head. Our people will protect themselves. That cart will have a drunken merchant that cannot. It would be a shame if someone were to come by and take it at some point. Such a thing could happen at any moment.
So that's your plan? Hope that, that your troll takes the cart and then doesn't do anything to you?
Perhaps such a cart has been stolen in the past. But if there were others to protect such a thing, maybe it wouldn't.
Good.
Are you implying that you want us to go protect the cart and therefore not actually access the help? Because you can just be upfront about it. If you're worried about us telling anybody, we're not going to.
Envy, you may be familiar with your brother, Pride, and I don't think that he would appreciate this very much right now.
Well, you are not making this matter easy. The people matter more than gold and trinkets, and I will not sacrifice any of them.
That's admirable, but you realize that you're empowering your enemy, if we're going to be vague about it, into potentially doing worse things because you're rewarding it by doing nothing and you're giving it a literal reward. You're empowering it to make even more chaos.
Wait, Envy, have I ever told you about how beautiful this ring is?
No. Do you want to tell me about it?
Yes, please. Look at this ring. Isn't it gorgeous?
Am I going too far?
I mean, I think it's excessive. He's pretty obviously telling us that the troll is going to take the cart and that we should go defend the cart and kill the troll. He's just a little too proud to admit it, and
I mean, yeah, you're probably right.
just because we don't like the way that he leads. Well, I mean, maybe at some point something should be done about it, but it doesn't have to be right now. We have bigger priorities.
Okay.
Although I still really don't appreciate the like him implying that, oh yeah, that merchant should just go get drunk and go get slaughtered. But you know, whatever. We can take care of things.
Okay. No, you're not wrong. You're right. Not the time, not the place. But if we kill this troll, I will cut off its head and drag it through town to make a point.
This is totally fair. But let's stop harassing him here, just for now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Also, Athos, your ring is lovely too.
It is a lovely ring. It's technically worth, I think, just as much, actually. I have to check this now. But anyway, yes, continue on.
Deep breaths.
Deep breaths. Come on, you know you can do this.
We will leave and discuss how we want to proceed. What was your name?
Yes. My name is Yuk the Fortifier.
Under her breath, Nvidia is going to whisper to Cattell, "Not doing much fortifying."
Before I go ahead and begin my reading, I should tell you that while the carts seem flammable and fire would normally alight many a creature, Kitsune, Fill, and Fur alike, and other creatures' skin. The magic is a fickle thing at play. I wish you the best of luck.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I actually think I missed part of what you said.
Oh, he said Kitsune and Filnid fur catches a light, as well as the skin of other creatures, but
Okay.
magic is a fickle thing. Anyone who wants to can just roll me sense motive on that.
Might as well. There's my 6.
Alright, well, I appreciate that information, and we might return later.
So, NVIDIA, what you seem to get from that, what he's trying to say there is something involving fire shouldn't be effective here because of the use of magic. Hard to say exactly what he actually means by this.
So he was implying that while we think fire might be effective, if it's magical fire, not so much?
It seems that might be the case. Hard to tell.
Is my fire magical, or is it a supernatural ability, or does it matter?
Depends. What is your source? Just so I can tell you in advance.
It's the racial trait.
That is magical, yes. It's a spell-like
Okay.
ability, therefore it is magical.
Got it. Just wanted to double check.
Yes. If that is relevant, I will tell you at the time that it comes up.
Sounds good.
Alrighty. So, with what you have learned inside of this place, what is the plan from there?
Well, now that we left and Nvidia's still breathing incredibly hard, do we just go out and wait for a troll?
I think so.
Well, if he's going to take his time, maybe we could set up our own ambush. Didn't look like it was a great ambush, but maybe we'll have something.
Okay.
Alrighty. If that's the plan, so you guys are just happy to basically sit outside of town for the time being, around where that cart is, and play things out from there.
That's what we're thinking of. Are any of us good at setting traps, or have any traps on hand?
Who has taken the craft trap skill? That's what I thought. Don't worry, no blame there. No one ever takes that skill, don't worry. Alright, well, if that's the case, if you guys just want to like plan things out, do you want me to throw you onto the map where the cart is?
That would be wonderful.
Alrighty. Let me just get it properly set. Because we have something truly glorious awaiting us. We'll see if you can spot it immediately. Alright. There we are. Nice and easy. That should be there, actually.
Who are our buddies?
Oh, that was just from before. Oops. I didn't even realize that was there because it was mixed in with everybody else.
I mean, is this the map that the cart was on last time we found a cart?
Technically it's different one. I used the same base for it and like copied everything over and just left that one there.
Is it that Balder has changed?
It's that boulder has changed, yes. I will now go ahead and increase the boulder size. Look at this beautiful boy. Look at him.
I like his googly eyes.
He's so adorable. He's so fluffy. That's also what Lynn's server profile is.
Oh, hey, if I switch my thing. Oh, no, the sheet is still that. Never mind.
I should have all of the same stats and everything for him on there, I do believe.
That looks right, probably.
Yeah. He's got HP and AC set up, and it always disgusts me to see his HP. Sorry, his AC, not his HP.
Well, mine's a healthy 19, so. Will you please make him smaller?
Oh yeah, I can make him the appropriate. Alright.
Yeah, he's not that big.
Alright. He's a long boy, but long does not work well. Eventually, he will hit medium size, so he will hit large size category.
Alright. How do we want to set up here? at the very least, one good thing about this location is that we'll be able to see him coming from pretty far away, I imagine. So we'll have some prep time.
Yes. If he does come from the south, then that should be quite correct.
It should be quite what?
Yeah, you should be correct in that. If he comes from the south.
This is set up north, south, east, west like normal.
Yes. I use that just as a default because it's way easier than to think about it every single time.
No worries. I mean, assuming he comes from the west or east, is there something blocking off our eyesight?
No, like I said, it's a nice open field with little in the way. You'll be able to see him in the distance. The only place he could come from that'll have any amount of cover is the trees to the south.
Sorry, unless he's really, really fast. Okay. So, Cattell, is there anything you can do to set up that would be trap-like?
I have a flask thing of gray ooze acid. I don't know if we want to do like a, I don't know, some sort of tripwire trap scenario. I don't know if that's a great place to put it, you know? Like, the only place I would be able to is by the cart itself.
Mm-hmm. Maybe in the tree line?
The problem is, I mean, he would have to walk directly next to it for it to work.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's up to you guys what you think you can do here.
Athos, do you have anything?
I think he's still okay.
Oh, yeah.
In the meantime,
Sorry.
Lynn.
He's missing health that you should probably have.
Oh yeah, you guys have rested plenty. You're at full health. Don't worry about that.
Is this bushy enough that Baldur could kind of hide by it?
Yeah, if you want, you can hide in these bushes. You are of the right size category.
So I can toss him in there, and then I will probably want to go down in the tree line. Because I can shoot from pretty far, so I can just kind of hide in there.
Maybe give yourself some protection. Can you shoot, like, from above, like on branches and stuff?
If she wants to climb up, that's an option.
But then, if I needed to move forward for any reason, it would take me longer to get to you, so...
We can drag the cart closer to the tree line.
Okay.
Yep, if you'd like to.
I'm not too worried about it, because like I said, I can shoot pretty far.
There's not many things that I think we want you to rush into battle for.
Yeah, I can cover you if you hide in that bush. You have a pretty decent range.
Okay.
Can't cover Baldur, just barely. But that's okay.
Well, at least he maybe catch them flat-footed if we surprise him.
Yeah.
Also, if anything, maybe do you have a way to signal us if you see him coming from the south?
I mean, I could shoot an arrow towards the cart, but that might also get his attention.
Yeah, I was hoping for something a little subtler than that.
And I don't know any bird calls, so...
Throughout your loot, is there anything that you have found that you may wish to use for this?
I feel like that's your way of saying that we have loot that we can use for this, but I could not remember what
We sold that spear, didn't we?
Probably? I actually have no idea which spear you're referencing.
The one that a good friend gave us, the one with the giant bane on it.
Harumi?
Ifumi?
Harumi.
I don't think we sold that. I wouldn't have let us sold that.
Did you?
I don't think. Oh, we did. Why did I let us do that? That's a sentimental item. I don't give those away.
Instantly relevant.
I think we thought about keeping it. We decided we'd be better off to sell it.
Because no one is really good specifically with long spears, even though they're a simple weapon.
Yeah, it's not a glaive. And I can turn Bane on, so, you know. Do you have flint and steel, maybe?
I
Just go ahead and... If you do you get like a beginning like adventurer's kit or something along those
I
lines?
have a Masterwork survival kit.
There should be a flint and steel in there.
Oh, yeah, you'll have flint and steel by default, don't worry.
Yeah, if you use it to create a little cascade of sparks, if we know like what to look for, then that should be enough, right?
Yeah.
It'd be hard to see from that far away.
100 feet?
100 feet's a neg 10 on perception. Sorry, neg 9 on perception. Just putting it out there. Now, an important question for the party. Would you like Jay Wook to join you?
Maybe Jay walks in the cart. He could, you know,
Fire.
inspire us. Exactly.
He can hide, yeah, that's an option.
And did you want me to prepare a fireball?
Were we afraid
Quote
that...
unquote.
Sorry?
A quote fireball, unquote.
Weren't we afraid that, according to the, maybe you didn't hear it, but the mayor or elder implied that fire magic may not work?
His words were, magic is a fickle thing.
Another option. We have Coronas with us now, right?
Mm-hmm.
He can hang out over by me, and if I see the troll coming from this direction, then I could just like ask him to fly up in the air, and if you see him fly straight out of the tree, then
It's pretty obvious.
yeah. But it's a bird, so I mean, he's not gonna care.
Mm-hmm.
Not he is in Coronas, but he is in the troll.
Mm-hmm. And then we can keep eyes out to the west and east and north.
Yep.
Okay. All right. If I'm gonna hide in this bush, Jaywalk, do you want to hide in the cart?
Certainly. I will protect this coin with all that I've got. I will maybe take a few of the pieces of meat, though.
Yeah, we're gonna try to return most of that.
Of course.
Athos, what are you thinking? Do you want to hide two, or what do you want? What do you think?
I'm not particularly good at hiding, so I can hang with Jaywalk.
Okay. I mean, he's gonna be headed straight towards the cart, we hope. So. By the way, you can heal yourself.
Oh yeah, you've recovered the 4 HP that you're missing over the time. Don't worry about that.
Okay. And then Cattell, maybe you want to hide with Baldur, or?
and squeeze in with him, yeah.
And if he comes from that side, then we're just making a beeline.
Alrighty. So, what is the plan then?
Okay. Let's lay low, keep our eyes out, and then we just need to make a sign whenever we see him coming. If he's coming from the south, Lynn should be able to let us know. Everywhere else, though, we should be, like, all of us should be able to see. Lynn, if you just want to keep in the cover of the trees, I'll probably, make it a lot harder for him to see you, and you'll be able to get some easy shots in. And then I guess me, Athos, and Balder can try to draw him away, and Jaywook, make sure you're also staying a good bit away, if possible, and you said you could inspire us, so do that.
Yes, well, I must ask an important question on the matter. Well, how you seem like someone, well, I don't mean to be offensive, but you, my dear, seem to be lacking in muscle mass. Do you happen to fight with nice and precise strikes, or do you try and rely upon what you do have?
I mean, if I had to put a word for it, I'd try to be precise and use my dexterity if I had to find a word.
Very well. Well, mine are powers of enhancing one's natural physique, and it is up to you if you wish to accept such a thing. But it is just worth considering.
I mean, if you're saying you'd make me stronger, I can tell you right now it will not make a big difference.
That seems to be what he's implying, yes.
Nope, it won't help that much. And
he is not a bard. He's very close to a bard, but he is not a bard.
He's not a bard? Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. Is he? Yeah, it's meta. Who cares? Yeah, I mean, do what you need to do. I think Athos would benefit from that.
My faith is my strength, but anything additional can help.
That very, very well. Why not, if need be, I will make sure that it goes well. Why not?
Okay, bud. Yeah, I mean, if you can help give Athos a little bit more strength and me a little bit more speed or grace, that would be amazing. But do what you can do.
I will. Also, worry not, if you should know this about dragons by now, but my scales render me, well, resilient to the effects of fire. So if the need arises to, well, burn this cart to the ground, I should be mostly fine. Smoke is a bit of a problem, but not too much of an issue.
Well, we have some torches if necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that said, if I do find myself in a situation where I use fire, try to avoid the flames that I bring out.
Very well then. I trust in your judgment, dear knightly sir.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Well, I suppose now we play the waiting game. Would anyone like a song while we wait, or would you prefer to try and remain hidden?
Let's remain hidden until we know where he's coming from.
Very well.
And then maybe we'll have some prep time.
Very well. Best of luck then. Alrighty. So, is there anything people are going to do in the meantime? Nothing is happening immediately. So, is there anything you want to do? If
I'll
not,
just bring out a prayer book and read some segments.
very fair. Jaywalk seems interested, not from like a worshipper's kind of perspective, more like a theological one. He strikes up a conversation and says that, I don't believe I've heard. I've travelled around a bit, but still haven't heard too much about this form of worship of the final hunt. Most seem to see undead as a normal thing. I know that's why the wars have continued on for so long against Umbrus.
Indeed. It is. Some do find it a bit odd, considering that the heart of the necromantic taint seems to be within Umbrus.
So, I question then why you would turn to a god that keeps undead for themselves.
Well, that lies in the matter of it all, isn't it? Why is there negative energy that allows the undead to be created?
I suppose that's a fair question.
It doesn't appear here naturally, but it seems to be something that is one rather forces within, I call.
Have you ever turned to summoning the undead by chance yourself?
Truthfully, I have as a temporarily. More of a curiosity than anything, to be perfectly frank. To see if it was truly as vile as it that I was taught.
Interesting.
With my curiosity stated, I'm sure to dispose of it.
Fair.
It is certainly not natural in this world.
That's all that I've learned in the past. Everywhere I have travelled, from Anvasalia to Halveski, over as far as Bacnasia and Utadria. Still, everywhere we travel, there are people of unsavory lines of thought, but none never seem to really approve of necromancy. Those things that they bring back, terrible creatures. Disgusts me to know that there are Oni within our own nation that do such a terrible thing. It tortures the souls from all that I have learnt. It's good to hear there are worshippers of the final hunt that don't see the same way as the rest of them.
Indeed. My sect is a bit odd, but we see ourselves as embracing the final outcome, and death seems to be this undeath that people seem so keen to perpetuate seems to be rather against a final rest.
Well, I can certainly get behind that more than anything else involving what I know of your faith.
Well, of course, I am also fully prepared that eventually when I pass on and go into whatever abyss awaits me, that I am probably going to get eaten.
Well, I suppose we all choose our own final fates. Just do me a favour and don't sever my head to send me the same place.
Well, that's more up to you.
Why not? I have no intention of needing you to bring me there.
Well, let's hope that it stays that way.
Alright. So, everyone else is just kind of waiting. Cattell, Boulder is with you, just kind of chilling in the bush. just there. Nvidia's off looking. And Lynn and Coronis are off in the south. Lynn, can you give me a perception check? As well as Coronis, please.
Yeah, correct.
Alrighty. It's been a few hours now, but Cronus can see in the dim light beneath the tree line, which thickens as it extends further out. Something is moving about. Heavy footsteps plod along and advance towards your position. Coronis can hear something. What languages does Coronis speak, Athos?
No skill add.
Alrighty. All good. He hears something, but cannot tell exactly what it is. And he can see that as it approaches, it's 100 feet away through the tree line now, taking a casual kind of stroll, is indeed a large creature of blue-green skin, eyes dripping from what looks to be some kind of beard, and a fur of white wolf covering its back. It marches forward with a great axe in hand and metal armor covering its torso.
Some big ass metal armor.
Indeed. What will Coronis do?
Can Cronus do a knowledge check to see if he knows anything more detailed about the creature?
Knowledge local. Coronis looks on and he thinks it's like a big human if it was stupid. He tells exactly this to Lynn.
Cronus, would you mind flying up to give the signal that what we think is our enemy is approaching, so the others know? Please?
Nick, I assume you're okay with that?
Yep.
Yep, cool. Like many birds in the woods as this creature approaches, Coronis takes a wing to the air, flying above the tree line. He looks over at the bushes where his comrades are hiding. And everyone knows this is the signal. You have but a short time before the troll will arrive. Now's the time to figure out what you are going to do.
Right.
Oh, very nice.
Catel's gonna do alchemical allocation and take a potion of barkskin.
Alrighty.
I shall cast Shield of Faith and Bull Strength.
Cool. And Nvidia, anything from yourself?
I'm going to be casting Divine Favor and waiting a little bit to cast Wrath.
Does Wrath... I'm sorry, I actually don't know the answers. Does Wrath make them, like, immediately know where you are? I'm just curious about that one.
No, it actually does not. I do need to be able to see. There's not like a range that I have to worry about.
Oh, it's just line of
have to
sight.
see
Yeah,
them.
okay. Oh, that's all
Yeah.
good. I was just curious.
Oh, and at 12th level, I get the benefits of improved critical, but I'm not quite there yet.
Yep.
didn't even know that part. I've been skipping that part of the spell every time I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, you probably ignore Wrath when you hit level 12, but yeah, you know.
Hey man, it's just one more feat I don't have to take.
Exactly.
Alright, so yeah, casting Divine Favor, and then I just gotta wait for Eyesight for Wrath and Anticipate Thoughts.
Yes. Alrighty. So,
Can I just,
Lynn,
like, prepare Gravity Bow.
you can cast Gravity Bow in advance. It has minutes per level or rounds per level duration.
Minutes.
Minutes. Then you can cast it in advance perfectly fine.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to do? Stealthing is a non-action.
I wasn't able to find a feat that I can switch to for that, so Balder will just have to go without all of my extra buff spells. That wasn't good.
Poor baby.
With his AC of 26.
Oh no, whatever shall he do? Alrighty. Alright. Lynn, Cronus, you see the creature as it approaches, and it stops in the tree line just around where you are. It looks out.
Can I, just out of curiosity, can I see him?
You can see him, yes.
I can?
Yes. You can cast Wrath in advance, yes.
Okay. Wonderful, just making sure.
Alright. Does Anticipate Thoughts also have a range or no?
It does, so I gotta wait for him to get a little closer. It's
That's
gonna
all
be a
good.
range. Oh, it's gonna be a relatively close range. It's going to be a range of, what level am I at? 4, 5 technically, but it'll count as 4, so 35 feet.
Alrighty. That's all good. So,
And plus, he'll have to
Quick
make a will
question.
save, so he'll know.
Before we go.
yep, go ahead.
Since I am not just readying my spell, can I just like ready an attack? To shoot him when I am ready to shoot him?
Yes, you can. Basically, you're going to get a surprise round to make the attack on him. A lot of people do whatever they're choosing to do. So... he takes a look over the cart, and you see him stop, just dead in his tracks. And then you hear him chanting. Something in Giant begins to speak quietly to himself. And then, can anyone who is watching him give me a spellcraft check? Alright.
Well, it's probably magic.
It's probably magic. Is anyone
like
here
magic.
actually trained in spellcraft?
I know someone who is.
You mean the person at the back who didn't roll?
I think she's watching. Are you watching?
Can I hold on.
Oh, I thought I had one.
I mean, I feel like I'm way too far away.
You're 140 feet away. If you would like, you can give me a perception check to see if you can spot what's happening. Alright, with the inspiration, you can make the spellcraft check. You're able to just see and make out what's going on.
Okay. Done, hold on.
Alright. You can see, even from this great distance, he's casting magic, and you recognize the language specifically Nod is actually giant, but the language of magic itself. And you can tell he has just cast Resist Fire upon himself.
Okay.
He begins chanting once more. As the only person who can actually pass the check, Tell, would you like to give it another go? I will ask with the distance. Sorry, Aphos, are you trained in spellcraft?
Yep.
Oh, okay. My apologies. Last time you just rolled really badly, so I was, yeah. I will ask for a perception check from you again, Cattell, because it's still the distance is a great matter. Alright. Unfortunately, you're unable to make it out. But Aphos, you can hear him speaking once more, and you can tell he is casting another spell. Resist Acid. And the words of the town elder seem to come together. Then...
Our enemies are getting prep rounds. Oh no.
Oh no! He then...
This isn't fair.
How dare they? He then begins his advance. He walks and strides with this intense sense of confidence, this invulnerability to all forms of harm. He walks past you, Lynn, without noticing your presence. Then continues onwards, approaching the cart ever closer. You're welcome to do anything anytime anyone would wish to, by the way.
I have to
We'll go
wait
ahead
for him
and
to
shoot
get
him.
really close.
Then we'll shoot him in the ass.
Yes, please.
Alrighty. He approaches the cart. In the last second, he sees in the folds
Oh,
of the cart the appearance of somebody. People hiding inside. An ambush waiting for him. And an arrow flies past his head. This cloak misleading you, Lynn. His form slightly concealed. He whips around and laughs something guttural. More resistance, I see. You'll be tasty treats. And with that, can I get a roll for initiative?
Oh, really? That's what I get for nat 20.
Could have killed him in one hit.
Oops, sorry, I'm just gonna delete that real quick and add everyone in real fast. Alrighty. Oh, hit backslash by accident. Don't worry about it. And what is your initiative bonus, my good sir? Alrighty, cool. Alright, he... Cool, good job, buddy. You rolled a nat 20.
Hey, jaywalk.
He's doing good. It's a street. It's involving a card. He knows that this is his time to do his job and jaywalk.
Jaywalk, don't die.
Alrighty. Lynn, you take off your first shot and it whizzes by, but he has become aware of your presence, but has no time to react just yet. What shall you do?
I'm gonna shoot his ass again, or at least try to.
Shoot him in the ass. Get him good. Alrighty. Oh,
It
sorry.
makes me sad my gravity bow damage is lower than the other one.
I know. Why does not loop not work? No. Excuse me for 1 second. You take the shot off, and indeed you do hit him. You strike him in the back. The arrow plunging through his chainmail and sticking into him. But he seems ultimately unfazed by the attack. Alrighty. Anything else for your turn? Cool. Jaywook will step out of the cart and begin a beautiful trumpet solo.
Yeah.
He doots like he's never dooted before. Alrighty. Athos, would you like to accept?
Sure.
Cool. You gain a +2 to strength and constitution, but take a -1 penalty to AC. Alright, you also gain the unarmed combatant feat, which means nothing, but you have it now. You've got improved unarmed strike. Nvidia, would you like
Cool.
a +2 strength, +2 con, -1 AC?
No, thank you.
Alright, cool. Would Balder like this bonus, and would Cattell like this bonus?
What was it for?
Strength and constitution.
Yeah.
Enjoy having to update all of the maths.
I mean, is it really gonna make a difference for me?
It'll give you a -2 to AC and a +1 to will save, so that might make a difference.
Nah, I'm okay.
Alrighty. Nvidia, it is your first turn. What shall you do?
I'm going to run. There we go. That's better. 35 feet away from him.
Fair?
And I am going to cast Anticipate Thoughts for realsies this time.
Alrighty.
So he will have to make a will save.
Alright, let me just check what that is.
I'm going to get something out of this, but
You always do, that's what matters.
I'd really like him to fail, though. That'd be fantastic.
Alrighty. Does a 20 pass?
Yes, it does. That's okay. I'll take half.
Alrighty.
That's some goodwill for a troll. Dang, okay.
Indeed it is. Alrighty, are you done for the turn?
Yes, I am done.
Cool. Athos, it is yours.
I'll take a 5-foot step and attempt to hit him.
Alrighty, jump out of the cart and take a swing with your scythe. And that is a hit.
Ooh, boy.
And I'll draw some of the of his life essence as a temporary hit.
Alrighty. You siphon away his life. He looks none too pleased by the act. Alright, is that you done for the turn?
That'll be my turn.
Yep, cool. Sorry, were you saying something in the video?
Maybe I'm just noticing this real late, but I just realized that 3 of us all have the same health.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Just thought it was funny.
Yeah, it's
It's
I
only
don't.
temporary at the moment.
I-
She gave the +2 Constitution.
Yes,
that's right.
And like 34. And it's indeed his turn, and he roars with pain as you slice away his skin and siphon his life force. He stares down at you. Let me show you what a true god of strength can do. He pulls out his axe and takes a swing at you. Alrighty, Atfos, does a 21 hit you?
Yes.
Alright, how about a 16?
Oh, just barely misses.
Is that accounting for the -1 to AC because of...
No.
Sorry?
Yeah, with the -1 AC.
Okay, cool, just checking. Alrighty.
At least if this is doing it right.
Hopefully so.
Yeah, should be.
Alrighty, he swings his great axe down at you. This mighty weapon of great size. Can you give me a will save, as it glows with a dark force? Alrighty. So you take 13 points of slashing damage as the axe collides into your armor, and you feel weak as the black fades from his weapon and siphons away your very life, as you take 4 points of negative energy damage.
Hey, that's my trick.
He then leans down and attempts to bite off your helmet and face. Does a 24 hit you?
That is so rude.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Alrighty, you take 5 points of damage as he tears through the metal upon your face.
Oh boy.
Then he steps away. Sorry, it's supposed to be there. Alright, that's him. Boulder's turn.
Balder is just going to move. That's all he can do.
Oh, that is perfect.
Flanking.
It is indeed.
Yep.
Alright, is that Boulder's turn done? Yep, cool. Kittel, it is yours.
I guess I will shoot him.
Alrighty. You take off the shot. It fires into him, but is unable to pierce through his greasy, thick hide.
Yeah.
Gross.
Anything else for your turn?
No. Why did he have to do the freaking fire and acid resistance?
Almost like he's immortal.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill here.
Alrighty. Lind is yours.
Go shoot him.
Shoot him. Shoot him good. You shoot him in the back. He don't look pleased. He turns his head around only briefly to stare at you.
Let's give him a nod. And that'll be my turn.
Alrighty, Jaywok. Cool. What do we got here, buddy? Cool. He will go ahead and have rolled terribly on his spellcraft. Yep.
Jaywalk, you're not allowed to die.
He is not allowed to die. Worry not, this will be fine.
We will kill you if you die.
Wait a minute. He runs out and pulls out a vial of acid.
Jaywalk.
He throws it at the troll.
Jaywalk. No.
He has that bonus to hit. Cool. Oh, he actually hits it. Really cool. He throws the vial of acid. And the troll seems completely unfazed. It has a widening grin on its face. Nvidia, it is your turn.
Just a quick question. To flank, does it have to be here or here?
There is fine.
The top one?
Yep.
Okay.
With the power of reach, you could have double flank if Athos moves there.
Is there such thing as double flank?
No. Just like Athos could also flank with Balder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. You're saying if I move down one, Athos could flank as well?
No. If you stay where you are, Athos can still flank in front of you.
Copy that. Oh, that won't cause a problem for me to attack from behind Athos?
I mean, it will, but that's only soft cover. It's only a +4 to AC. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Alright. Well, I'm flanking now, so that's great. What are we doing here? We are going to use some Bane up in here. This guy is a problem, so we are going to go with the nuke him strategy. So we're going to use Judgment of Sacred Justice.
Alright.
And we will also power attack.
Alrighty.
That's still pretty darn good. Just gonna roll a well, I don't know what his AC is, so hopefully high enough. And then I'm going to attack with Bane. Is there anything else I have to put on? Yeah, because I didn't get a bonus for that. Okay.
Oh!
Does 17 still hit?
17. Well, natural ones auto miss anyway.
Yeah.
But no, you take the swing, and your blade passes by. He steps away from it. The last second. Unfazed.
That's frustrating.
Alrighty. Anything else for your turn?
I did a swift action, I did a move action, and I did an attack action. I think that's gonna be it.
Alrighty. Athos, it is yours.
I shall take a 5-foot step away and ready a spell to cast on the icy troll. Once sorry, what's a good trigger for? Once Lynn shoots their ever at him.
Alrighty. Is that your turn then?
Yep, and I will prepare a screaming flame.
Okay then. It is the icy troll's turn. It sees the tiger at its feet and will attempt to bash it with its great axe. Ooh. This is an important question. Alright, we should be fine. Lynn, does a 21 confirm the crit against Boulder?
No, it does not.
Alright, good to hear. Great axes are a ×3 weapon. We do not want this to happen.
Glad I stepped back.
Yeah. It attempts to bite Boulder. misses, but swings its axe down to try and catch Boulder as he steps away from its bite. Alrighty. It deals that. And can Boulder give me a will save as it glows dark once more?
Nice.
Good champion.
Legit. Alrighty. Boulder takes 17 points of slashing damage as the axe collides with him, tearing through fur and flesh. And he takes 3 points of negative energy damage as it saps away his very life. Then the creature will step to here, avoiding the people in the back and Nvidia. It is now Balder's turn.
Balder is going all out.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
One hit.
Ooh, two
Uh,
hits.
The troll tried to chomp on him, but instead Boulder chomped on his jaw. His claws are unable to get through the troll's armor, however. Alright. Anything else for the turn? Also, I almost forgot. You see that its wounds seem to be recovering. Cattell, it is your turn.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go here and shoot again. Oh.
You take another shot after moving up, but it's unable to get past that thick hide still. Anything else for your turn?
Not right now. Nope.
Alrighty. Lynn, it is yours.
Would I be flanking from here technically? I can snipe. Was that for that?
I mean, you don't flank with ranged weapons typically, but if you were to run up there, sure.
Well, I just get that +2 if the enemy is flanked by anyone else.
It is
So
not
just-
currently flanked, no.
Because it's a coward.
Yeah. How dare he not have an int of 3?
I'm just wondering because of Balder being on the other side. But
No, if he was flanked by other people, you could delay your turn to enable that, but it's a hit
I'm
anyway.
mad. He hurt my tiger. I'm mad.
He hurt your tiger. Fuck him. You take the shot. The wounds that are beginning to seal over are cut anew. Anything else for your turn?
Then I shall.
In case my mic didn't pick me up.
And yes, Athos, your raid action goes off.
Alright. Athos conjures up a big wall of a screaming, flaming skulls. 15 feet wide, and it'll travel towards him.
Alrighty. Is there any saves that I need to be making here?
You'll need to make one reflex and one will save, both at 15.
Alrighty. Alrighty, the reflex is a 12 total, and the will is a 20.
Dang.
So he'll take 8 fire damage minus whatever resistance he has.
Yep. And does the will have a partial effect on a pass?
Only a negate.
Okay.
So he succeeded it.
Yes, if that is the case. He failed the reflex but passed the will.
Okay.
The flaming skulls wash over him, but yet he seems completely unharmed. It seems that indeed his resistance is holding out.
If only we had passed that spellcraft check in the beginning.
Cattell did. Alrighty. Jaywalk.
Jaywalk, I don't think acid's gonna work.
Aha!
Or fire.
And neither shall fire. Very well. Well, then I suppose there's only one thing for it. He pulls out a shield and runs at the troll.
Oh no.
Jaywalk, no.
No.
Alrighty.
This is not what we meant, Jaywalk.
He runs out and tries to bash the troll with his shield. And he has approached. And this thing has reach. It's a good thing he didn't attempt the shield bash immediately. Oh, he actually misses. Oh, good. Jaywalk might have been able to die to a single hit. Don't worry about it.
We need to nuke him now, otherwise Jaywalk is dead.
He's fine. Don't worry about it. He rushes up and tries to slam into the icy troll, but is unable to get past, dodging out of the way of his axe in the meantime. Nvidia, it is your turn. Your allies are engaging the beast.
Alright, I'm going to try and flank him again. Try to do one of these maneuvers right here. Is that keeping me out of this range, or I'm going through it?
You're going right through
I'm going through it.
Up to you, though.
Ooh, actually, can I do that? Nah, I'm gonna hit right there, huh?
Right there, yeah. Almost like this reach weapon shit is annoying.
I know, right?
Right? That's why we use them.
Actually,
He
hold up.
did not have combat reflex.
He may not have combat reflexes, you don't know.
Oh, that's actually true?
Does he have combat reflexes?
Here's another question. Is this considered flanking because it's a straight line with, Baldur?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will move there instead, because I can stay out of the 15-foot range without actually hitting him.
Yep.
Flanking again. Alright, this time for sure it's going to work. I can't miss unless I roll a 1.
But... Double nat 1? Do
It
we
already
believe?
happened today. The chances of 2 nat 1s in the same session.
Right up one after the other, who knows how likely. It's only 1 in 400. Do you believe in yourself?
No. But we are using Bane and Power Attack.
Alrighty.
That
is a hit!
Better.
You cleave into his back, severing numerous tendons, and he seems horrifically wounded as blood spurts all over the ground before you.
as she does this, she's gonna say, strength ain't shit.
Hey,
I'm sorry, Athos, that was rude. Yeah.
He turns about, rage in his eyes.
Oh, don't tell me he has rage.
His axe glows that same ominous power once more, and he swings it at you.
Yeah, that's to be expected.
Alrighty, Nvidia. Does a 23 hit you?
Oh, it meets it.
Alrighty. Would you like to give me a will save?
Yeah. Okay, go team. We're doing good on these.
Yeah,
will
you
saves.
good on these will saves, guys. Good job. Alrighty. Oh, I did not mean to roll that publicly. Well, I show you damage.
That is a lot of damage.
Yeah. Take 19 points of slashing damage, and that same glow envelops you, trying to steal away your life, but you're able to resist the strongest of its effects. You take 5 points of negative energy damage.
Dang, man, just rolled the max damage against me. My goodness.
No, 6 would be the maximum. On a pass. Alrighty.
Yeah, she takes that and she coughs up blood and is like, yeah, okay, strength's not that bad.
He takes a step to the side and watches on, staring between Balder and Vidya, his wounds continuing to seal. Alright, Balder's turn.
Balder says, fuck you.
Balder says, fuck you, while he bites and claws at the creature. Its thick skin prevents most of the harm, only a single significant wound passing through its thick hide. Is that Balder done for the turn? Color?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Alright, Cattell, it is yours. Your allies are fighting the beast. It's struggling, but it keeps holding on. What shall you do?
I will shoot again.
Alrighty. You take another shot, but it whizzes past the creature, and it seems unfazed by the repeated crossbow shots coming from the distance.
I'm just like the annoying, slightly like distracting person throwing arrows. You know, like I'm kind of helping in my own way.
You're there. You're present. You're contributing.
You're part of the team, that's what matters.
Exactly. Cattell, show her how it's done with the shooting.
It's like when you give a child a controller and they think that they're playing the video game with you, and they're really not.
Yeah, it's actually just the demo screen for them.
I'm not gonna show her how it's done.
Oh no.
Wow.
Works so well.
Alrighty, you try and take the shot, but you see Balder maneuvering around behind the troll, and your aim goes wide, afraid of hurting your precious kitty cat.
That's a good reason to miss.
Good reason to miss. Anything else for your turn?
Nope.
Alrighty. Other than, jumping down from the tree. Alright, Athos, it is yours. The flames didn't seem to stop the creature.
I shall point at the troll and use command and attempt to command him to drop his weapon.
Alrighty.
DC 13 will.
Let's see how he goes. He hears your magical commands, but his rage is too great, and he refuses to let go of his weapon.
And I'll run up to you here.
Alrighty. Jaywook's turn. Can he get him? Jaywook punches him.
Yes.
Alright, he punches him in the gut, but it does absolutely nothing.
That's fair.
Alrighty, Nvidia, it is yours.
Okay. We're moving down. I still should be flanking.
Indeed you are.
Okay. Then, just in case, we're gonna use another bless. Hopefully we don't have to fight anything immediately after this.
Let's hope not.
Don't be a 1. Cool.
Alrighty, you take the swing, and the creature looks to be about to meet its end, drawing out its weapon, trying to block the blow at the last second. But Jaywook walks up to him, just behind his ear, and hits!
What?
You get the effects of timely inspiration, gaining a +1 to hit.
No.
His AC was 23.
Oh, okay.
You guys only managed to hit earlier because he was flat-footed.
Okay.
That was the first turn of combat. You hit.
Oh, I did roll a lot higher last time. Okay.
Yeah, you guys have rolled like really high or really low, and there's nothing in between.
Thanks, Jaywook.
That seems to be all the rolls today.
Yeah, right? Alrighty. And with that last moment, you take the strike, and the troll has a giant gash in his chest, collapsing to the ground. He seems defeated for the time being, yet his wounds continue to heal.
We're all okay with killing him, right?
I'm pretty sure you said something about chopping off his head and dragging it back into the city.
I did say that. I would like to do that if possible.
Alrighty. He's continuing to heal. Would you like to? Coup de grace.
Yes, please.
Alrighty. Roll for your automatic critical hit confirmation.
Do I just have to roll for confirmation?
Yeah, just roll to confirm the hit.
Okay. Oh, I wasn't using...
No, it's fine. He's helpless. Don't worry. His AC is way lower right now.
I also wasn't trying to use Bane. I don't want to use another one in case
Oh.
we legitimately do have to find something else.
Alright.
So,
He only has to pass a DC 40 fortitude save. He does not pass and dies.
like,
The troll's head severed. It bleeds profusely, and his body ceases to regenerate his wounds. The creature is dead. At least, you hope.
all right.
Yay!
Go team. Thank you, Jaywook. We wouldn't have been able to do it without you, quite literally.
Actually had a spell that was useful. Oh wait. God damn it. This is stupid. There you go. I'll always do it when I can.
All three of those?
I think
Oh
I
wow, nice.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, that would actually help a lot.
I was zoomed out super far, so I couldn't actually see the numbers.
Yeah, I mean, that actually gets me almost to full health, so thank you.
Mm. Alrighty. Lynn begins to tend to the wounds of the injured. And you stare over the dead troll. The creature was powerful, but unable to prevent the harm of actual weapons. Its sheer bulk, probably the most threatening thing to the people of this town, and its immunity causing the true fright. But it is felled, and the town should be free.
Well, Lynn, I know what you want to do. Athos, do you want to help me carry this head over to the cart? We can just wheel the cart back in?
Sure. As long as we give it offer it a proper burial once we confirm everything.
Mm-hmm. That's fair enough.
Alrighty.
So do we keep everything in the cart?
I think we should return most of it.
I mean, it only seems fair that it would be payment.
Well, more sentimental items should definitely be returned, and anything that people were forced to give up, if there is anything like that.
I mean, that's a good question.
Well, that sounds fair enough, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like there were some more sentimental things in there than just money.
But we will keep the money, right?
We can ask.
Excuse me.
Sure, we can ask.
I think I just got delivered fake blood.
Cool.
I don't know. My housemate just ran in, dumped it on my table, and ran away.
Uh-huh.
Anyway.
You know that?
Yeah. Alrighty. So, what's the plan then?
Lynn, if you want to loot the body, feel free. See if there's anything good in there. We can start wheeling this cart and the head back on into town. You can tell, maybe you can see if he has any magic items on him.
Alrighty. On that note, who would like to roll me a D percentile? 54. Alrighty. Yeah, sure. Alright, well that's just kind of... That's great, but also really depressing. So... Two things are magical on this creature that are definitely worth noting. The first is the cloak, and the second is its weapon. It does have a large set of chain shirts, but that seems unmagical. Sorry, not magical. But the sheer amount of metal would be worth, well, maybe 100 gold once it's cleaned of its terrible smell. Alright, for the two magical items, who would like to give me a spellcraft check? Alrighty, Cattell. Is this for the cloak or the weapon?
The cloak.
Alrighty. Would you like to add inspiration to this?
Yes.
Cool. Means I actually get it now. Alrighty. It has, over the top of its head, a rime pelt. This snow white fur pelt is made from a winter wolf's fur. It can be worn as a cloak. It functions as furs, which provide the benefits of cold weather gear. And as a standard action, the wearer can transform into a large winter wolf as if using beast shape 4.
Wow.
That's actually really cool.
And winter wolves get the ability, basically big wolves that can breathe cold ice at people.
Very cool.
And Carla sent the message to me. I want this as the fight was beginning. It's like, I claimed this literally an hour ago. It's mine.
Yeah, like as soon as you described like a nice fur cloak, I was like, that's mine. It's like, I don't care if it's not magical, I want it.
I'm just imagining Lynn throwing on this cloak that's meant for like a 10-foot tall monster and being like, yeah, this works.
Yeah, this weighs 5 pounds. It shrinks down to fit you, don't worry. That's its normal weight. For him, it was 40 pounds. Oh, goodness. Alright. I'll post that. Ignore the secondary stuff about this because it's not relevant for the campaign thing. And... well, technically you don't know what a Winterwolf stats are. We'll also just post that here for the sake of B-Shape 4. Which is basically, you get its natural attack, its trip ability, and the breath weapon. And it's vulnerability to fire and resist 20 or 30 to cold.
It's a pretty high resist cold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go talk to a dragon. That whole thing is cold.
Cool. Now, I will point out, this is a once ability, not a once per day. I don't know if I misspoke that earlier. Once used, it will return to a mundane Winterwolf pelt. It lasts
That's
for
too bad.
2 hours upon its initial use. But theoretically, if you were to find more Winterwolves, you could make more of these. You know, just start skinning these CR5 magical beasts that aren't in fact. I believe in you.
All the quest head to the mountains.
Exactly. Easy. We got this. Alrighty. So, and a spellcraft for the axe. Cool. You look over the axe and you recognize its magic seems a bit similar to Nvidia's somehow. This is a Jurist Masterwork Great Axe. I had to laugh at the random roll because you can't use this weapon at all. Yeah, right?
Oh man, that hurts me a little bit.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's a large weapon, so anyone who wants to wield it, it deals 3d6 damage, and because you're medium-sized, it'll take a full round action to swing once. But you know, 3d6
Well, I
damage.
can only swing once at the moment, so.
Ah.
Ah.
Alternatively, you could just
Still
sell
like a
it.
safe, right?
Yeah. As a magic weapon, it's worth about 1,200 gold total. So, yes. Other than that, you have a troll head.
That's more to make up.
Very fair.
Is it magical?
The troll head itself is not magical, no. But if you want to listen to the words of a particular bandit leader, maybe drinking its blood and eating its head will make you magical.
some reason, I don't trust that guy.
Are you telling me you do not trust his grand wisdom?
We never know unless we try.
Yeah.
I mean, if it turns me anything like him, I think I'll be fine.
Well, look, all of his piercings are not related to him eating monsters. I can tell you that. Does that help?
Little.
Okay, there you go. See, progress. Oh, goodness. But yes, for the time being, that is where we will end for this week. Alrighty. So, I'll let you guys work out how you want to parade the head through town next week. But for tonight, I hope everyone enjoyed themselves and the random little misadventures along the way.
Always do.
Always good to hear. Alrighty, guys. I look forward to playing for everyone next week, and I'll see you all then.
See everybody next week.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Good night.
What? And to everybody else who watched, I hope you enjoyed yourselves, and have a good night.